The first technique that I want to teach you with finishing is actually our underhand finish, also known as a finger roll. Now, it doesn't matter if you're a third grader or a second grader or a 10th grader. The only difference between learning an underhand layup versus an overhand push layup is repetition. It's not like one is going to come more naturally than the other to everybody. Some people, they gravitate to an overhand finish naturally. Some kids, they pick up the underhand finish naturally and the other one doesn't feel right. At the end of the day, it's just repetition. We have seen second graders make underhand layups better than fourth and fifth graders. It all comes down to how much practice you choose to put in. But let's go through the technique and principles that you need to focus in on so you can learn an underhand technique, because ultimately, underhand layups are going to give you way more options. They're going to make you way more successful and give you the ability to finish more layups in games. So first thing to focus on with the underhand layup is it does not come from down here. Okay, a lot of players make this mistake. They have the ball up high and they bring it down and make this big scooping motion with the layup. No, we don't want that. Yes, sometimes you might dip the ball a little bit, but you should be avoiding extension of the arms and bringing the ball down from like your hips or below that all the way up to the backboard in that way. We don't want that from our underhand technique. What we want from underhand layups is that I pick up the ball's gonna be my chest area, maybe my shoulder area, and I'm gonna work on extending from that position, okay, towards the basket, not scooping down with the ball. So this is why we avoid calling it a scoop layup, because players are going to hear that and they're going to scoop the ball. We want them to think of underhand and teach them how to pick the ball up strong with two hands and extend from their chest as they lay the ball up with one hand. And that introduces the second part of this technique. It is not wrong to pick the ball up with one hand and go finish with one hand at the rim. It is more difficult. There is a time where that might be the right thing to do. But the foundation that we want to lay with our finishing is two-hand secure pickups off the dribble or off the catch. So as I dribble here, I pick up with two hands, and then because I'm on the right side of the hoop, I am going to go under. So you see here, as I go up, I get my right hand under the ball so I can then flick it up with my fingers. And that leads to the last part of our technique, which is what does my hand do up here? Well, it has a way to flick the ball up to the hoop where my fingers end up pointing more towards the ceiling. I can see my palm. If you finish like this, where it's like sideways, well, now I can't really see my palm. My fingers are pointed up, but I can't see my palm. I can see more of the back of my hand. That's not real underhand technique. So the things that we want to focus on: two-hand strong pickup, get the layup hand, whichever one it is, under the ball, and then we lift and finish from our chest, lift and finish, fingers to the ceiling, palm to my face. That's how we want to finish our layup with underhand technique. So a little more full speed. It's going to look something like this: pick up, extend, and there's my finish. Put the ball in the hoop, and this is going to give me a lot of touch with my layups and the ability to lay it softly on the backboard, almost regardless of how much speed and momentum I have going into my layup. I gain that ability to softly lay it on the backboard, increasing my layup percentage.